This is the 93-foot-tall musical instrument, the Tower of Voices, which marks the gateway to and from this living memorial landscape. 40 chimes represents the voices of the 40 courageous passengers and crew members who took a vote to come together and fight terrorism on the morning of September 11th, 2001. When you enter the Flight 93 National Memorial from the main entrance, you'll see the Tower of Voices almost immediately to your left. Then you continue on the road for a little over a mile before you hit the Visitor Center. And the Memorial Plaza, that's a little over 3 miles from the main entrance. When we pull into the parking lot, we see the Visitor Center right in front of us. Unfortunately, when I came to the memorial, the Visitor Center was closed. This is probably because I came on a Sunday. This is one of the displays in the Visitor Center. It's titled, I Remember, and it reads, in many cultures, there's a long tradition of leaving offerings at sites of violence. Memorials are created as places for shared remembering and expressions of mourning, where visitors may leave something of themselves for public consideration. And this is titled A Crime Scene.
Shanksville.
And it says this is probably the most significant case that FBI had ever worked. And it took us all over the world. It was a massive investigation. Someone who called into 911 reported there was an airplane that just crashed near Shanksville. Oh my, it's on fire. It's unbelievable. Guys, I can't imagine the horrors that people witnessed on 9/11. The black walkway that we see at the Visitor Center, that marks the trajectory of the flight as it approached the crash site. Every aspect of this memorial's design has a purpose. The crew and passengers of Flight 93, bless them all. The Wall of Names marks the flight path and final approach of Flight 93. Each marble panel is inscribed with the names of the passengers and crew members. The zigzag pattern of the panels suggests the action and final struggle aboard the plane. At a distance, the wall appears as one. This represents the unified action of everyone on board the plane that day. The ceremonial gate separates the Wall of Names from the crash site. This wooden gate, constructed of hemlock beams with 40 cut angles, represents the passengers and crew members. It's only opened on September 11th for family members to visit the crash site. Near the base of the Hemlock Grove sits a 17-ton piece of sandstone. This visual reference for the Flight 93 crash site was relocated from the south of the Tower of the Voices. And we move up here and we see this is the actual crash site. And you can see, I'm going to zoom in. Where we see that 17-ton piece of sandstone. That's the actual crash site. The wall where all their names are. Individual marble panel for each name. And that's the visitor center, of course.